In this Marvel Legends Executioner Build-A-Figure Wave, we're looking at two deep-cut figures, Werewolf by Night and Phantom Rider. Phantom Rider is Marvel's original Ghost Rider before the motorcycle days. He's the classic Western Ghost Rider, just missing his horse. And Werewolf by Night, he's missing a lot, especially accessories. So, is Hasbro's lack of love for the two justified? Or will they rise in my full Executioner Build-A-Figure Wave ranking? But first, let's take a closer look at Jack Russell, the Werewolf by Night. He comes with only one head sculpt and his mouth is always open, matching the art by Greg Land in 2007 Legion of Monsters Werewolf by Night. It does resemble his look during the 70s. Werewolf has nicely inkjet printed yellow eyes. For a figure that did not come with any other accessory, I hoped he came with an alternate head, a closed mouth one, or if possible, Hasbro to make his jaw articulated so you can close his mouth. They added dark washes of brown to highlight the scope of his fur. That is a deep mouth and you can see sculpted painted details inside. Hasbro has been doing great when it comes to open mouth head sculpts. His body is not massively huge as drawn by modern artists sometimes. It's more of the classic build wherein it's a human body with a lot of fur, and Hasbro did a great job sculpting this. But this upper torso and arms is an older sculpt, as evident by the fins right here and the fur. This is from the 2017 Jackal. Are we still surprised that after 8 years, Hasbro reused the same body for a different character? Maybe this is one of the reasons why this figure stings a lot of collectors, because it lacks accessories and it's a reused body. It's not really a bad body to reuse because it works fine for a classic Werewolf by Night, but I wish they added more accessories. Not only are the hands from Jackal, but also the feet, as shown by the toenails and shape of the feet. Although this is a reused body, this kind of detail along his spine is a real nice touch. In terms of his pants, I assume these are new pants and they're nicely textured like just the other figures with jeans in Marvel Legends. Also ripped at the bottom, peg hole down there. He has black painted toenails. It is consistent with the black fingernails of his only pair of hands, which are open palm expressive hands that can hinge forward and back. So that's all the accessories. Despite of how underwhelming the Werewolf by Night figure is, if you are trying to build a Marvel Supernatural roster, then you still need to add Werewolf by Night. If you found this review useful, I hope you give it a hype, a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below.
I'm Tuggernaut!
School teacher and former college boxing champion, Carter Slade was actually Marvel's very first Ghost Rider. First appeared in Ghost Rider number 1 from 1967. But over time, Carter lost the name Ghost Rider because let's be honest, the 1973 Johnny Blaze version completely stole the spotlight. A flaming skull in black leather on a motorcycle versus a white costume cowboy on a horse. There's no contest when it comes to fan appeal. So, the original Western Ghost Rider was rebranded as Knight Rider and then later renamed again in 1974 to Phantom Rider. And a fun fact, even though his horse Banshee isn't included with this figure, the horse kept his name, even if Marvel already gave Banshee to another X-Men character later on. The Native American Indian Flaming Star saved Carter's life and called him the Chosen One and gave him a glowing dust that not only restored his life but gave him superhuman strength and an aura of ghostly light. That is what the figure is in front of the camera. It's bright white. Carter Slade, now known as the Phantom Rider, comes with only one head sculpt, nicely inkjet printed black outlining his eyes. He has sculpted ear details underneath his all-white mask. The cowboy hat is not a removable piece. He has a cape which is removable, a separate piece. The nice thing about this figure is the detailed holster for his guns attached to his belt. His gloves is all white but nicely sculpted. Since the figure is in front of light, the sculpt somewhat disappears, so I need to bring him back farther just to show the sculpted details. This is the Vulcan body mold, a modified version because the cape has a peg which you can attach to his back. His neck has a ball peg with a hinge, and side by side with Vulcan, you can see the resemblance and similarities of the body mold. Carter Slade just has a hole on his back. And of course, Phantom Rider has sculpted gloves and boots. Most of his painted details are in his belt and they're silver painted. He comes with a pair of closed fist hands, all white plastic, and they hinge forward and back. The next hand is not a pair, it's just one left open palm expressive hands, and just like the others, this hand can hinge forward and back. For the last pair, bringing the grand total to 5, is a pair of weapon holding hand, the trigger finger one, and this hands can hinge up and down. That is the correct motion that you want when he holds his two revolvers. The nice thing about these revolvers are there is painted details on the handles. It is also thoughtful by Hasbro to add a hole on the end of the revolver so you can plug in other effects that you have in your collection, just like the smoking gun effect from Phantom X or Black Widow, and some blast effects. These effects are not included in the figure, but I'm glad Hasbro gave us an option to be able to use existing ones. I'm sure Joel from Slide Effects would be happy to know that his slide effects still fits in with newer Marvel Legends weapons. The new Marvel Legends Werewolf by Night is 16.2 centimeters or 6.4 inches tall. He's a little bit shorter compared to his comic book height of 6 feet 8 inches. The new Phantom Rider stands 16.6 centimeters or 6.5 inches tall. Here is the complete lineup of the Executioner Build-A-Figure Wave. Iron Man Mark 72, World War II Logan, Phantom Rider, Executioner, Werewolf by Night, Warbow, Enchantress, and Dark Avengers Spider-Man. Since Phantom Rider is the original Ghost Rider, here he is besides his fellow Spirit of Vengeance, Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, Spirit Spider, Helverine, and a Ghost Rider looking Nemesis Build-A-Figure. To see how they fit in with other supernatural Marvel characters, Lilith, Blackheart Build-A-Figure, Blade, and Dracula. Next we have Moon Knight and Brother Voodoo or Dr. Voodoo. Different sizes of male Marvel Legends, Miles Morales, X-Men 97 Wolverine, Maximum Series Spider-Man, Cyclops X-Men 97. Now it's the ladies' turn. X-Factor Jean Grey, X-Men 97 Emma Frost, X-23 Gamerverse Psylocke. Since recently, they revealed a kit-exclusive Marvel Legends Gamerverse Wolverine and Captain America, here are the Player 1 Gamerverse Wolverine and Captain America, Jada Toys, Street Fighter, Ryu, and Chun-Li. Gamerverse Monsters, Marvel Legends Gamerverse Blue Venom, and the vampire-like Omega Red. Another monster, the SH Figuarts Chainsaw Man. Darna, Philippines version of Wonder Woman by Halimaw Sculptures and Loose Collector. Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool and Dupe, and the Werewolf by Night Man-Thing. For some 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison, 80th Anniversary Hulk and the Immortal Hulk. For packaging, the Werewolf by Night comes in the standard Build-A-Figure packaging. It's a rectangular box where you can see the figure and the accessories. On the side, it says Werewolf by Night, an art of Werewolf by Night. And on the other side is a different art, this time around by Greg Land. And on the back is another different art. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. At the bottom is some warning legalities and the barcode. On top it says Marvel. Unboxing the Werewolf by Night from the Executioner Build-A-Figure Wave. He does not come with any other accessories than the Build-A-Figure part, which is an arm and the alternate hand. Unboxing Phantom Rider. He is still in the standard Build-A-Figure Wave box, which is a rectangular box. You can see the figure and all of his accessories. Art of Phantom Rider. On the side is a different art of the character. At the back is a different art and a short read up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. At the bottom is some warning legalities and the barcode. On top it says Marvel. Unboxing the Phantom Rider from the Executioner Build-A-Figure Wave. He comes in only one plastic tray. You can see the figure, his accessories, his alternate hands, and the Build-A-Figure part, which is a leg. Werewolf can move his head from side to side. He cannot hinge up or down really good because of the sculpt of his head. His arms can extend that far. Do a full 360 right here. He has a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows with pins. The wrist can swivel and can hinge forward and back. He has a ab crunch. Can crunch forward, crunch back. Since it's an older mold, it does not have butterfly joint. Waist swivel. Can do a split. Upper thigh swivel right here. Double jointed pinless knees. Can kick really well back. Kick forward. He does not have a lower calf swivel. Feet can hinge forward and back and has an ankle rocker. Phantom Rider articulation. His head can move from side to side easily. Can look up, look down. His arms can extend that far. He can do a full 360 with a little hindrance because of his cape. Since this is the newer body mold, he has a butterfly joint. He has a bicep swivel right here. Double jointed pinless elbows. The wrist can swivel, hinge up and down for this trigger finger hand. He can crunch forward really well, crunch backward that far, and there would be a gap. You can see what's inside. He has a waist swivel hidden underneath the belt. He can do a split. He can kick forward that far. He has a upper thigh swivel right here. Double jointed pinless knees, can kick far back like that. He can kick forward. He has a boot cut right here. Feet can hinge forward and back and has an ankle rocker. Ranking all the figures from the Marvel Legends Executioner Build-A-Figure Wave. Let's start at number 8 with Werewolf by Night. Hasbro reused an older body mold here, which makes this werewolf a little shorter than his proper 6'8" comic height. In pop culture, a man turning into a werewolf usually gains some height and muscle, but this figure doesn't quite capture that. He's a must-have for any Marvel Supernatural display, but with no accessories at all, his value for money is very much questionable. At number 7, Phantom Rider. He's a clean and accurate take on the classic Western hero, and even includes alternate hands, which already beats Werewolf in that department. But he is missing the most important thing, his horse. Honestly, this wave could be a perfect opportunity for a Build-A-Figure horse instead of Executioner. Still, I get why Hasbro played safe. Phantom Rider isn't exactly a mainstream seller, especially since Marvel itself kind of sidelined him after giving away the Ghost Rider title. At number 6 is Enchantress. The new head sculpt is gorgeous, but that older torso mold and those awkward armpit holds from a reused arms really hold her back. I still don't get why Hasbro chose to add arms with holes on the shoulder and armpits, especially for newer figures. Is the added articulation more important than female figures looking good? Coming at number 5, we got Werewolf, Crystar's best friend. He reuses the Crystar body, but the green prism effect looks fantastic. The reuse actually works here, and Hasbro nailed that shimmering crystalline look. For number 4 and 3, it's a close one, but at number 4, I'm putting Iron Man Mark 72. The new armor sculpt looks sleek, the articulation is solid, and the interchangeable forearm weapon is a cool idea. But it doesn't peg in securely. It kept falling off every time I pose him, which is somewhat frustrating. Otherwise, he is a great comic accurate addition. At number 3, New Avengers Spider-Man, an engineering win for Hasbro. Even with 6 fully articulated arms, he still has a working upper torso swivel. Almost perfect. If only they gave him better ab crunch movement, maybe a combo joint like the Maximum Series Spider-Man, he could have climbed higher in the ranking. At number 2, World War II Logan. Another Wolverine, but this one is done right. It's not a repaint. The neck articulation, sculpted details, soldier gear, and younger Logan head makes this figure shine. It's the first time we've seen a younger take on him in figure form. And thanks to those who commented, yes, the straps on claws are inspired by the animated series. The box write-up references a comic book story, which led me to take a look closer at that angle. Overall, this figure is a mix of influences here and there. And no surprise, number 1 goes to the Build-A-Figure Executioner. Scourge is easily the reason most collectors bought this wave. He's big, imposing, and perfectly comic book accurate in height and sculpt. If only his articulation allowed him to grip the axe with both hands, that would have made him flawless. Do you agree with my ranking? Who would you rank higher? Drop your list in the comments below. This was only the second Build-A-Figure wave for 2025. If you missed the ranking of the first Build-A-Figure wave for 2025, the Nemesis wave, check out the link in the top right corner of your screen. It contains the full wave and the ranking which I did in the Nemesis review. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, please give it a hype, hit the like and subscribe, and share it with our fellow Marvel Legends collectors. I hope to see you in the next one.